What is up, guys? Welcome back. So, today is Friday, August 9th. This is the official day that the Borderlands movie was supposed to completely release. It came out today, but we were able to see it last night. Actually, most theaters were actually playing Borderlands in theaters yesterday. So, we went ahead and we went to go see the Borderlands movie. And as I stated, it's getting review bombed so bad. And I understand where a lot of these things come from, but I honestly, I really, really loved the movie. I mean, it wasn't perfect. It definitely wasn't perfect. But it is a fun movie to actually watch, especially if you're a Borderlands fan. I feel like if you are actually a Borderlands fan, I would go ahead and see the movie because there's different things that you're going to pick up on, and you're going to be like, oh, yeah, that's cool that they acknowledge that. Um, I do feel that the movie will be harder of a watch for somebody that is not a Borderlands fan. We're going to get into that, though. So, there's probably going to be some spoilers throughout this review, so just keep that in mind. I didn't want to really do a lot of spoilers, but it's a review. I'm going to have to. So, basically, the movie kind of starts out on a run, and it's running all the way to the very end. It's a very fast-paced movie, and it's kind of hard to keep up with everything that's going on because it's just the Vault Hunters are in one place, and then they're in the next, and then they're in the next, and it's like damn, how the fuck did they get there? And I had to pee like early in the movie, and I did not leave. I just held it through the whole movie because I wanted to see everything, and it was very fast-paced. So, I think that there was a handful of things that they could have did differently. I feel like they could have, for some reason, you know how like in the beginning of a Borderlands game, the game start out with do you want to hear a story? Eh? Like we didn't get that in the film, and it was really weird to not get that because that was the experience of you opening up any Borderlands game from the beginning to the end. Like it's literally a trope that always happens, and then you would get like a music sequence where they start, a skag gets run over, and like bandits will start be driving around, and we didn't get that much either. It did start out like kind of like boom, 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 but it wasn't the same kind of concept that we usually get in the games. Um, Another thing, all right, so they did show a lot of tropes here and there. So like we have like the cosmetics and stuff. So if you played Borderlands 3, there is a part of the movie where the characters I think they were going to Moxie's bar, and they were having headpieces on, but they were headpieces actually from Borderlands 3. And I thought that was really cool, and I'm kind of glad that they added that in there because it just shows that they kind of added something from the game that they didn't have to. There was a lot of little Easter eggs here and there. They went to Pisswash Gully and stuff like that. Like that was like really cool. But I was very worried in the beginning because they were acting like Tiny Tina was the only way to open up the vault. And then by the end, I was like, oh my god, is Tiny Tina going to be a freaking siren? Because I was kind of worried they're going to change that stuff. I feel like they need to keep the sirens who they are in the movie. Like, don't change that. I get that they're going to have to change certain things with the movie. But, like, at least keep the characters the way they are. So, that ended up not being the case. She thought that she was someone really special, which she is, but she's not that special in the way of, like, being a siren. So she kind of thought that she was like very she was in the siren category, but she wasn't. And at the end of the day, in the movie, Lilith is the one that was able to open up the vault, and she kind of turned into a firehawk. So I was like, okay, like we know that Lilith is the firehawk, but it was very odd to just first movie just boom. They had a lot of things connected to all the games, if that makes sense. Like, Claptrap was, I think Claptrap was actually funny as hell. I think Jack Black did Claptrap pretty good. I feel like Claptrap carried this movie a lot, with the funny things and the funny shit that he does. Tannis, Jamie Lee Curtis. She played Tannis really, really well. She literally made her the awkward character that Tannis was supposed to be. The only problem is that Jamie Lee Curtis is, of course, older, and we kind of had to fight against that. They could have made her hair not gray and just black or dark brown, like in the game. I don't know why they didn't do that. But she is older still, so maybe they just wanted to go that route. There's also a connection with Tannis and Lilith in this movie that was basically, she was bringing up Lilith because she knew Lilith's mom, and she kind of went down the same route that her Lilith's mom was, like her research and stuff like that. So there's definitely some things that they changed here. But I don't think that the movie deserves the scores that it's getting. I feel like people that are watching this movie aren't fans of the Borderlands series. So when they go to review this movie, they're like, oh, this is a Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff. But it's not really. This game came out 2009. And I'm not saying, we all have our opinions, and if you don't like the movie, that's fine. I don't think that I'm not trying to force you to like the movie. I'm just saying that it is its own thing. It's always been that way. The world building, this movie made Borderlands, like the worlds, and they even went to Promethea too. So it wasn't just Pandora, but you also seen Promethea too. But it was very small part of the movie. But because that's where I think Lilith came from. She came there to Pandora because she was doing she was a bounty hunter, which is fine. But this world, like the way they did the world of Borderlands is perfect. Like the way they had the world set up, and you seen the skags running around, you seen the racks coming down, and I thought that they did that beautifully. I think that the world was how Borderlands is supposed to be. Just the execution of things, and I think they just had a certain runtime that they had to do, and it just felt like they were trying to put as much stuff in there as possible in that runtime, and it just felt like it was just going just boom, 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 boom. And I feel like someone like me, right, can watch the movie, and I don't need character building because I know these characters. I know the ins and outs, the lore, the everything for Borderlands. So if I see Lilith, I know what's going on there with Lilith. I just need to know what's been changed for the movie. I know what's going on with Tannis. I know what's going on with all these different characters. So I don't need that. But if you're new to the series, you haven't played a Borderlands game, you don't know what you're looking at, you're just going here to see a film. It's a fun ride, but there's not enough character building here. You find out that Tiny Tina is a demolitionist, but you don't really know her ins and outs. Like, you don't find out that her parents were murdered. You don't find out, like, I really wish they did the Tea Party thing. I thought that would have been, I thought that would have been something they would put into the movie, but they didn't. And the way they added, like the first movie adds some Borderlands 2 characters, but not Borderlands 2 characters that you play as initially, like the Psycho, which is Krieg. He is a DLC character. So they can add the original characters in a second movie if they do a second movie. I don't know how this is going to play out because how bad the ratings are getting. But I wouldn't mind a second movie. But the second, and Tiny Tina. Tiny Tina was added to the movie. I think that was a way to get people to come because she's a beloved character. So those two characters aren't in Borderlands 1. But we also didn't get Brick. We also didn't get Mordecai, which are Borderlands 1 characters. So maybe if we get another film, they will be added. I hope so. I think that would have been perfect if they would have just added them into the movie, but we didn't get that this time around. So hopefully the reviews kind of get better, because now that it's officially out. I also got the popcorn bucket back there. I don't know if you guys can see that. That thing is cool, man. It's a claptrap, and I should get it. I should get it. I'm gonna grab it real quick, and then I'll bring it back. Got my shorts on. Alright, this popcorn bucket, I think I went earlier in the day to get this popcorn bucket because I had a feeling it was going to sell out really quick. And they were getting low by the time we actually went to our showing. So, this lights up. Look at that! That is freaking cool. This is a popcorn bucket. The top lifts off, you add these pieces, and the antenna that comes inside. I thought that this popcorn bucket was amazing. It is $40 though, so if you want this, just keep in mind that you're going to be paying a decent amount for a popcorn bucket. I feel like that's how all the popcorn buckets are nowadays for anything, but this is the only one I'm ever going to buy, unless they come out with a second movie and they're like, hey, we got another popcorn bucket. So this was very cool. I'm glad I did get that. But tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. I think that the movie wasn't that bad. I feel like if you're a Borderlands fan, you would go to the movies, you'll see this, and you'll have a good time. I think it's definitely something worth watching. But if you're not a Borderlands fan, you're going to probably see this movie as, oh, this is a ripoff of this, or this is Mad Max, but Guardians of the Galaxy. Because technically, that's kind of what Borderlands has been since like 2009, 2008. Like, it's been that. But it has its own thing. So, that's the only thing about people seeing this film. Everyone seeing this film don't even, like, a lot of them aren't going to know what Borderlands is. So, tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Also, if you can, leave this video a huge like. Subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm going to be dropping more and more Borderlands content as the time goes by. I'm trying to keep up with everything. I had a lot of stuff going on today, but I wanted to make sure that I got this video out to you guys, and I wanted to show you guys this bucket. So, very, very cool little thing to have. And then at the bottom, it actually says, like, I guess the theaters that have it. AMC Theaters Golden Link. I don't even know what Golden Link is. But, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.